So my name is Agnes Uwera. If you ask me what Hagne is, I'll take you straight to this logo. This is a logo that we developed for over a period of about 2 years, trying to think through what is it that we want to achieve and who we are, beginning with myself. Who am I and what do I stand for? At the center of this logo is a woman who is seated in reflective position, but spreading out their wings or their arms or their branches to the world. And one of the, in words, we say that Hagne symbolizes growth, people, and prosperity. Like a tree, financial wellness begins with strong roots. If you don't have a position, if you don't have where you're actually rooted, then things might go wrong. You will be like that house that doesn't have a firm foundation. We believe that you will grow through continuous learning, and you bear fruit that benefits individuals, families, communities, countries, continents, name it. What are we going to speak about, or what do we speak or stand for as Hagne? Financial initiative especially. We talk about financial literacy. We talk about coaching, and we will expand that in a few. And then we talk about wealth advisory. The financial wellness and advisory exists to empower individuals, as I mentioned, with the knowledge, with the confidence, and guidance to make informed financial decisions. If I may say this in just 2 words, we are cultivating the culture of you having discipline with your money. We believe that it will change you when it comes to literacy, when it comes to education, when it comes to advisory and wellness. Now, there's something I'm going to talk about in a minute, but before that, it is very important that you know our vision. Our vision is to create financially well communities in every district of Rwanda, but we can also look at this beyond, in Zimbabwe, in Haiti, in Ghana, name it. I'm just stating the countries that are here, but the vision is broader, contributing to a financially stable future. By stability means you have where you're beginning, and if I can take you back to the race, that thing that you filled in was a trigger to help you start to think, where am I? Because each one of us has a position. Yeah? In Kinyarwanda we say, buri wese agiraho ahera, haraho uhagaze. There's a place where today you are. Some of us are earning so little, some of us are earning medium, others are earning so much. We all have a position. So, what do we want? We want a stable financial future. Who we are not. We are not an investment firm. We are not an investment fund. We are not a bank or a lending institution. We are not a get rich quick program. We are not here to tell you that you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're very rich. Yeah? We are here to take you through the step by step, as you will see shortly. Yes. So, we say that financial wellness is a shared responsibility that grows stronger through partnerships. And with that, I have also we have walked a journey with about 25 individuals through our 6-week masterclass, where somebody subscribes and then we take them through one step at a time for 6 weeks. The intention is that by the time you're done, you are comfortable and your shoulders are lighter with your money. Again, I would encourage you at the end of this session, subscribe and let's walk a journey of helping you mastering the game of your money. What are some of the community outcomes we have so far registered? People understand their personal finance. They appreciate saving and investment. They also make informed decisions, and that's our key goal. And then they start to build long-term financial resilience. Who we serve. So we speak to professionals, we speak to entrepreneurs, everybody that touches money. And I believe we all want to touch, or we touch money in one way or another, using USSDs, using cards, people nearing retirement. If you've been in employment, you did not plan, and 1 year down the road, you're supposed to retire, and they give you, like, say, 10 million or 20 million or 100 million on account. So we want to support you to plan your exit. Last but not least is youth with a vision. And I really appreciate the youth that are seated in this room carefully listening. Hagne is here to support you as a youth with a vision to plan your money. One thing that the youth have, I like to say, is that you have time. So you can benefit from that time. And in money terms, there's something we call the time value of money. Yeah. So the money that I did not invest 10 years ago, be sure that it will be so hard for me to make today. So the youth in this room, pay attention. Why financial wellness? We like to talk about financial wellness in regards to, have you heard about the wheel of life? The wheel of life is basically, there are 8 aspects on that wheel of life, where you think about your physical, you think about your happiness, you think about your wealth, you think about your family, you think about yourself holistically. Yeah? So we speak about financial wellness because we know that money touches every part of our lives. And at Hagne, we like to say that the decisions you make will either build you or they will break you. Now, when you make financial decisions that are wrong, they will break you 10 times. They will break you and you start having stomach ulcers, you start having headache, they will break you and then you have to pay so many bills in the hospital. They will break you until you have a lot of stress around your family members. They will break you that you become desperate, you start becoming very anxious. We are going to see some of those in a minute. So your health is really compromised. Then career-wise, friends, not all of us are meant to be in professional employment. Like, some, yes, and that's their business. Others, not. But how are you financially building your career? I appreciate the young man who said he has a restaurant, right? If you make the right financial decisions, then your career will be built. If you don't, and for every client that comes in, I'm just using that as an example. For every client that comes in, you're like, uyu munsi twakora million man twajya kubaho. Those are wrong financial decisions, and therefore you dismantle your career. We are here to speak to you that you plan, you execute, you check yourself again and again. And my brother and my sister will speak to you more about those today. Then we have decisions you make for family, for your business to grow, for your education. Some people, when we look at education, we only think about, secondary school, bachelor's, master's, PhD, and all of that. But no, we also have education in terms of what my brother will speak to us. How do you lead? How do you train yourself to be a leader? That's also education. Then we work around mental wellness. We speak about money and emotional and mental wellness. Yeah? We live in a culture that has a lot of black tax. To me, what I'm seeing these days, there is a problem with mental or emotional wellness. Yes, we give, but you're not you're not giving. I believe in a heart that gives with warmth, a heart that gives with no duress. Yeah, like nobody is forcing you. A heart that it doesn't impress. But the way I see, especially where we are here in Rwanda, that is That's the culture that we are cultivating today. Yeah, we need to be aware of these things so that when you give with an open heart, with a cheerful heart. Yeah, when you give, you're not going to ask yourself, how am I going to go to work tomorrow? Yeah, because that also happens when you know. So at financial wellness helps you to also unpack the mental well-being, your mental well-being. By giving, is my mind okay? Amarangamutima yanje araguma ameze neza. Will I stay stable? Like, am I not going to feel like, abandi bose batanze nitwe dusigaye? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Financial wellness means you can be able to build your own home. You can be able to, invest in future opportunities. Why should we care anyway? The pattern we are talking about here is investing without understanding the risk. It means, therefore, that every time you're going to invest, can you look at the potential risks, but also assess previous risks? For example, if you're going to invest in a company in shares, but you haven't checked how that company has been performing for the past at least 5 years, is that not a problem? Not because Agnes has told you, hey, me, I'm a shareholder of, let me not name a company before I'm strong. Just come. And then you go. Before you know it, the company is not there. Borrow without a repayment plan. This is where most of us fall, isn't it? These days we have so many, especially for the youth. These days we have so many programs around for the women, for youth, there's a lot of money swinging around. But if you happen to borrow, friend, without a repayment plan, just be sure you're digging your own pit. And what's the repayment plan? In my financial terms, I call it affordability. And when you're doing a personal affordability plan, you have to check, okay, in my truest situation, when I assess all my finances, I don't go over and above 1 million per month. How much can I afford to pay with wellness, with no stress or stretch on my shoulders? That is the very first question you have to ask yourself. Recently, a friend of mine told me, Agnes, hari inguzanyo z'abadamu, 9%, genda baguha amafaranga, go, they give you money, 9%. And I'm like, excuse me, even if it was 5 or 2%, I have to first of all check, can I actually afford to pay the 2%? Because 2% is money, right? Isn't it? So don't be lied or be fooled around by the fact that they are giving you less of interest. Check your affordability. Check whether you can do your own repayment plan. Then retirement without financial security. I think we talked about this. And this is why I invite you, the people that are representing people towards retirement, please bring those people. Let us speak to them about having a plan for retirement. So what are we doing as people towards retirement? What project? How much money are you putting on the account for, at least for the pumpkins and the beans and the dodo? Because that's all the retirees eat. But do you have that money? I remember back in the days, our parents used to say, like, when I retire, my children will keep me and all of that. Do we have that anymore? Consequences of not thinking about these things is stress. We spoke about anxiety. We spoke about conflict, limited opportunities. When you don't think about these patterns, then there are not really enough opportunities for you, and you have reduced productivity. I spoke about the 6 weeks financial wellness masterclass or journey, and it takes us through these 7 or 9 steps where we first of all speak about awareness. We help you to be aware of especially your money style. So the masterclass helps you to identify, to become aware of your own money style so that you start to deal with it. I like to tell the people that have gone through the masterclass, it is okay to be who you are. Yeah, but it is also good if you can address or deal with your own style. Then we take you through the education. We help you to do your own assessment using the templates that we use. We help you to set goals. We help you to set an action plan. Then we do the coaching and advisory. That helps you to build your confidence, that you feel your shoulders are light. And then together, this is a very, very practical masterclass. Before you exit, you definitely have to have a plan of how you're going to manage your money. Yeah. Okay. Towards the close, Hagne supports you to have this access to these programs for literacy, for wellness, so that you get coaching in wealth planning. We also do group training. And in the community outreach, that's where I was telling you recently, I was working with the capital market to reach out to the community. I would like to close by saying that a financially resilient nation is what we want, and to ask a question or to ask you to reflect. Let's all imagine, whether you're in Rwanda or you're coming from Ghana or Zimbabwe, Haiti, or wherever you've been, just imagine a community where families, where youth, where entrepreneurs, where professionals, and communities are financially resilient. Just imagine, let me speak in the context of Rwanda. Imagine a neighborhood where you never have anybody coming to knock at your door to ask or beg for food. Imagine a community where there are no children on the streets. Imagine that community. Yeah? And then build your own strategic goal to say, we want to build financially well communities. Help me to go to the districts, like I mentioned, of Rwanda and beyond. Next. I would like to ask you, if you didn't listen to anything else that I said, to take this away. I would like to say that don't wait for a financial crisis. And many of us like to wait for financial crisis. And that's why when we tell people to save, they say, oh, I don't have. And yet those of us that believe in the Bible tells us to save in at least 7 avenues, or 8 if you can. So don't wait for a crisis. And I also use a very, very basic principle that I learned in primary. 1 + 1 is 2, but in this case, 1 + 1 makes a bundle. Yeah? It doesn't matter whether you're saving 500 Rwanda francs or 1,000. I've had instances where somebody will come to me and say, but Agnes, saving 20,000 is nothing. But 20,000 plus 20 is what? Is it 20? Is it 0? It will shift you to somewhere. Yeah? It doesn't matter. But there's something that really matters: consistency. How often do you save that 20 bucks? Yeah? Do you put 20 and you say, but Najia Muriare Naiti 2022, I put 20,000 and I've been checking and it's not growing. But come on, you put only 20,000. How now do you want it to grow? You're not consistent, right? So 20 plus 20 plus 20 consistently will help you to go out of the crisis. Then don't wait for retirement. Then do not accumulate debt. Take one debt, clear it, take another. Then don't wait for an emergency. Choose to learn, choose to plan, Choose to act today before you leave this room and choose to grow. And join the financial wellness movement. Thank you.